Now this is Hollywood Unlocked. Yo, it's Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. I'm Jason Lee.
What's good? It's DJ Damage.
All right, so we've been talking about the Black Brand Matters and talking about Black entrepreneurs. And so with us today, we have TAKISHA Clark, who's the CEO and founder of Capital Postal and Mailbox. She's from Compton, but your business is in Long Beach, right?
Right, correct.
Now, you are CEO, you are a boss. Talk to us. When did you have it in your mind that you didn't want to work for anybody?
At a very young age, when I was probably about 14, 15 years old, actually.
Now, where did that come from? Is that something you've seen in your family? Did something happen?
Well, yeah, I seen it in my family. My grandfather, he had businesses. My grandmother had businesses. And so that was just something that I kind of looked at as a young girl growing up. And I was like, and they was really doing it, they was really doing it. They had clubs and everything. So my grandfather had a limousine service. So yeah, of course, I was like, that's how I want to be.
Now, what's interesting about your story, you did something I've never done, and a lot of people I don't think have done. You saved up 4 years of your tax refund, and you didn't spend any of it. You saved it up.
I didn't spend any of it. I saved it up, yeah.
So how old were you when you did this? And this is the money you used to start your business, right?
Yeah, well, when I first started my Liberty Tax, I started off franchising with Liberty Tax. I had a Liberty Tax franchise at first. And then I did that for like 3 years. And then I branched off and went independent and started my own tax company called Good Faith Tax Services. And then a year later, I started my capital.
So you saved the tax money to start the franchisable Liberty Tax business.
Right.
Learned how to do it through the franchise. And then once you learned the game, went and had your own business.
Right. Started my own business. Correct. So I basically paid for the game to learn how to go off and do it independently.
But that's what I tell people all the time, that the game is like, you're supposed to get in, learn it, get out and own it, right? Like ownership should be something that we should all strive to be. But you didn't just own a tax company. You also went on to own a trucking company and a daycare and then now a post office. So like, how do you just diversify your portfolio like that? Is it stuff that you're passionate about or just areas where you see, we could have ownership?
Well, yeah, I'm passionate about helping people. So anything that got to do with helping somebody or, coming up with some kind of solution to help, with any business, is really coming up with a solution to resolve whatever the problem is. So for me, anything that I can help, then yeah. And I can be passionate about and I can make money doing, is always an A+,
Now, I feel like a lot of people have aspirations to start a business. For those young girls, young guys that's coming up that was 14 or, whatever, when you started your business, 17, when you started the daycare, what's some advice for them to get in the mindset of starting to own? Like, what's some of those first steps?
Well, they got to be motivated. That's number one. They got to be willing to sacrifice. They got to be dedicated. And then they just got to believe in themselves. Like, you really got to believe in yourself and believe you can do it. And you can't be lazy or stagnated. You have to be serious about it. So, if they go for it, as long as they stay consistent, the sky's the limit.
Wait, so you've been an entrepreneur for 17 years. You didn't start your business at 17, right?
Right. So no. So basically I started my daycare back in 2003.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my first initial business that I started. And then from there, I started buying property and stuff like that at the age of 25.
But at 17, you were a young mother to your first kid, right? And that sometimes young women feel overwhelmed and don't find the motivation to pursue their passions or their careers? What was it for you that allowed you to just keep going in spite of, all those statistics?
Um, well, being a single mother, and then my mother, she didn't raise me, so I kind of was like very motivated to be better, and to be able to provide for my daughter and give her the life that I never had. So I was just very motivated to just do something better with myself, with my life, and to be better as a mother for mine, because my mother was addicted to drugs. So my grandmother raised me and my siblings.
So me and a friend of mine were talking about recently, she moved all of her money out of City National and she moved it into a black owned bank. How important as a black entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur, Damage is an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur. How important is it, how important do you think it is that we as a black community support black businesses, big and small?
Is very important. I also have, I'm with One United Bank. That's the
Yeah,
bank that I bank with, the
yeah,
black owned business.
yeah.
So I have my business accounts there and personal accounts there and everything. So yeah, I'm very supportive of helping and supporting my black owned businesses.
So Capital Postal and Mailbox Service, how did that come about? And tell us about why you chose Long Beach if you're from Compton.
Okay, so how that came about is, well, I always wanted to do a postal store. So that was something that I've always wanted to do. And it was funny because I had a friend of mine that I actually went to school with, and she had one first. And what happened was I was already in the process of trying to get mine going. And she contacted me and she was like, I'm selling, she shut hers down. She was in Compton actually. So she shut hers down. I don't really know the backstory of that, but she ended up shutting it down and she was selling everything. So she had hit me up because she know I had a Liberty Tax at the time. And she was just like, she knew I was, doing business. So she was like, she hit me up and said she had like all of the stuff that she had in her store for sale. So, and she sold it to me and I bought everything from her. And like 2 months later, I started my store, my Capital Postal location. And she was like, wow, you move fast. And I was like, yeah, 'cause I was already in the process of doing it.
Right.
So it was just like confirmation when she called me about the stuff.
For people, especially people of our color, black people that want to start businesses, is it hard to raise capital to start a business? What is that process like?
Um, well, it can be hard, but me, you just got to come up with a strategic way on how to do it. Like for me, like what I did, I said, I'm gonna save my refund money for until I get enough to do what I'm trying to do. And that's what I did because at the time, I wasn't established enough to actually go to a bank and get the money. But I had to grow and learn those steps. But I ended up, saving my refund money, making my money, and I end up starting my business, and that's how I started. So it's ways to just be strategic about it, and that was one of my strategic ways.
So Capital Postal and Mailbox Service, you have mailbox rentals, you can expedite passport scanning, passport photos, printing. You have UPS, FedEx, and all of the companies that mail packages through your company. What else do you want people to know about your company and why people should go there?
Well, what else I want them to know about it is that we have great customer service skills, and we're very hands on with our customers. We treat them like royalty. So you know, I'm also adding other things to the store. I'm in the process of starting a carrier service as well as a package hub center. So that's something that's in the makings right as we speak.
Come on.
So it's my store been approved for the package hub center. So, I'm still just doing paperwork, and getting that going.
Well, nice. Congratulations. Well, thank you so much for coming here and sharing your business with us and doing business with Hollywood Unlocked. We want to be able to create a space for entrepreneurs of color all over the world to be able to highlight what they're doing, because you never know who's watching and who may feel like, yo, if she could do it, I could do it. So congratulations on everything.
Yeah. And I just want to say one more thing. Like, I'm also in the near future, I'm working on that too, is I'm going to be franchising. So people that want to come on board and want to become entrepreneurs, I will be, franchising the Capital Postal and mailbox services. So, and then I'll help with getting funding for, the people that want to come on board. So, yeah, so that's something that I just want to throw out there. So if people is, I know people is listening, so I want to let them know that's something I'll be doing in the near future.
Yeah, no, that's great. And tell Kevin over at One United Bank he needs to get behind that and fund it all too.
Hello.